It's time for the Nate Hawkins Show. Learn all about Heritage Hills basketball straight from the coach. The Nate Hawkins Show, exclusively on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hello and welcome to this week's Nate Hawkins Show. And Coach, last week you took on Forest Park on Friday, and then this Tuesday you took on Washington at home. Why don't you recap those games for us?
Thanks, Joe, for having me on again this week. And we'll start with our road game at Forest Park last Friday. I think that it was a great atmosphere, a great build up to a basketball game, I think in that game there was one team that really executed their stuff, performed at a very high level, and another team that it just did not. And that team that did not would be the Heritage Hills Patriots. And we got to recognize, we got to learn how we have to mentally prepare ourselves each and every night to go out there and play a basketball game. It's a very young team. I know there's obviously inconsistencies, but we've got to become a more consistent basketball team night in and night out. Because you are getting everybody's best shot every single night. And kudos to Forest Park for the way that they did play. They shot the ball really well. We did not shoot the ball very well. In order for our basketball team to be really good like they can be, we've got to have multiple parts and pieces playing together, and everybody contributed in a positive way. And unfortunately, at Forest Park, we did not have that, and we did not deserve to win. Forest Park deserved to win. Sometimes you get to a point to where you learn a lot about your team and what you need to do, and obviously you got to make some more adjustments. So, I think obviously that's what we did, but, I think our guys came back. They worked really hard. We made some necessary adjustments, prepared ourselves well for the Washington game as we headed into that Washington game. And then of course we had some really good results from Tuesday night's game against Washington. I felt like we were very locked in. Our attention to detail was a lot sharper. We moved the ball so well. I mean, last night our ball movement was just phenomenal, and we had guys make shots. And whenever you have guys make shots, it obviously takes care of some things and maybe eliminates some problems. But I thought that we really shared the basketball. Washington played a box and one on Trent, and at halftime Trent had 4 points. And it wasn't that Trent was working really hard. They did a good job, but also our guys identified that and they recognized what was open, and we had some different areas on the floor that was open. We took advantage of that, and our guys really stepped up and played. And I love looking down the box score, Joe, and I see 20 from Trent, 10 from Hunter, 8 from Marcus, 8 from Colton had 8. Peyton Gray, 7. I mean, just looking down the line and just seeing all of those contributions, Charlie with 5, Jake with 4, that's what we need. That's what our basketball team needs. And when we play like that and the ball is shared and the ball is moving, we're really, really hard to stop. And, I think that was evident last night in that 62-45 win over Washington. Washington's a very good basketball team. But I thought that, as well as we were on the offensive end, I really think that it all came down to our defense and holding a team like Washington to 45 points, or any team on the remaining part of our schedule. If we can hold people under 50 points, we feel like we have a really good chance to win the basketball game because we feel like we have the parts and pieces that can score the basketball. So, night in, night out challenges, of course, but I'm just really proud, and I told our guys that last night, just really proud of how they responded, how they bounced back, how they fixed some of the things that maybe they didn't do so well, and sometimes it's tough to lose, but the lessons that can be learned from a loss can obviously make you a better team and a lot tougher down the road. And I think that's what we're getting to, Joe, and just love to see that consistency stand true here as we get ready to head into March.
We also do the Drew Master Show, and I was watching Forest Park and Heritage Hills game, and I saw it before the game. They honored the 2002 to 2003 state runner-up team, and there was a lot of Heritage Hills people standing out there too.
Yeah, yes. I'll tell you what, that 2003 team was really, really good. Myself and Matt Sisley were very fortunate to be assistant coaches on that team with Coach Beach. And, those guys, they were the team. They really got us over the hump there. And it's crazy to think that was 20 years ago. But it was that, there was a point there where we had won a sectional. The last one previous to that was 1993. And, those guys really got us over the hump there. And, and we made the run all the way to the state before we ran into a really good, Lewis Cass team coached by Basil Malby. Matchup zone, they were really, really good. And those guys they just competed night in and night out, and a lot of great memories with those guys, and they were a fun group to be around, and that was nice to be able to reconnect with the guys that were able to make it back there, obviously last Friday. And I just really appreciate what Forest Park did for us too, and honoring those guys when we were there, because how it is, a lot of times we're all playing at the same time, where Matt and I probably would not have been able to attend had it been on any other night, and to be able to be out there and celebrate with those guys was really special. Just a lot. It was just a fun experience, fun night to be around those guys.
And we're back on the Nate Hawkins Show, right after the messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, hired by Miller Broster Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? Well, look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And we're joined by the JV coach of the Heritage Hills Patriots, Josh Wetzel. Josh, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Joe.
You've been the JV coach for quite a while. How many years has it been?
This is my 20th year. Right after college, I coached 8th grade for a couple years and then made the transition up to the JV level, and I've been there for the past 20 years.
And, speaking of the JV, how's JV season gone so far this year?
It's gone really well overall. Record-wise, we're a little under 500 right now, so we would like for that to be a little bit better, but at the same time, the big picture for the JV level is getting kids ready for the varsity the following year. Early on in the season, we had a couple of young kids, a couple of freshmen that played some JV for us that have been able to transition up to full-time varsity now. So that's the main goal with the varsity or JV level, being able to move those kids along, and some of them for later in the season, some of them for the following year, and I think we've got a good mix of kids to throw in with some of the other guys next year.
And I'll tell you, and being JV coach with the varsity being so young, it has to hurt the JV somewhat. So
it does. Our main thing is a lot of our ball handlers, point guards for the freshman and sophomore level, are moved up to strictly the varsity level right now, and it kind of throws some of my kids to be in different positions. I think that's our biggest issue this year is we've got a lot of kids playing out of position, but they're doing a really nice job of compensating for the loss of ball handling and doing a good job of stepping up and getting themselves ready for varsity basketball next year.
And, being the JV coach, you've got to enjoy that the fact that when you're still sitting out there watching the varsity from through 20 years, seeing kids who have played for you on the JV that are down on the varsity.
Yeah, it is. It's a neat process watching them grow and learn and be able to take the skills that they've developed over the years and through the JV program too, and take that onto the varsity level.
The varsity's had a really good year, and as JV coach, you're helping also with the varsity. How do you think season went so far at this point?
I think things are going really well. We're a young team. Typically with young teams, you get some up and down. Some games are a little more ready for, some games not. But I think overall, they just continue to grow and get better for the remainder of this year. We've got a few nice seniors that we hate to lose, but at the same time, we're just going to continue to grow as well.
Well, Coach, good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brooksville Communications. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And Coach, all season we've interviewed your coaches, and one impresses me more than just everyone, and Josh Wetzel is no different.
Yeah, and Coach Wetzel has been around the program, played at Heritage Hills, been around the program for a long time. I mean, previous to me, he was JV coach under Coach Eckelbarger, Coach Sisley. And Josh is just a relentless worker. Keeps me straight as far as organization goes. Whenever I tend to, sometimes we get involved in preparation for game, and if there's something that needs to be attended to that has to get done, he always reminds me. He's just a great assistant coach, and what he does for our junior varsity program is just top of the line, and he always is getting those guys prepared for that next step. And, you go from JV, your next step is to varsity basketball. And those guys are always ready to go. And, so I've been, we're very fortunate to have a guy like Josh Wetzel coaching our JV team and being in our basketball program. And we appreciate everything that Coach does for us.
And this Friday, you'll be playing at home against Tell City. Two very young teams. Greg Holden brings in a very young team, and you've got a very young team. Why don't you recap the game for us? Preview that game for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tell City, I seen them the first game that they played this season because we were getting ready to play Perry Central. So I went and I scouted that game, and then I've seen them recently. And, I'll just tell you, I'm not sure that any team has improved more than Tell City has over the course of this season. They are very young. They're learning. I think Coach is probably learning from them. They're learning from him, and going back and forth. But, very, very improved team. Seem to work really, really hard, play well together. I'm fortunate, for us that, I'm glad that we're playing them at our place and not their place. It's a team that it continues to improve, continues to work hard, and I think Coach has probably got to be really happy with the progress that his guys have made over the course of this season. Of course, I think everybody wants to win. Probably wish they could have won a couple more games. But they're working hard, and I think they're probably doing the things that he likes to see out of them. So, we're going to continue to, just get better. I mean, for us and for the Patriots, that's what it's all about is, we're going back to work here this week, practice, prepare for Tell City. And ultimately it's about us getting better. And, we're preparing for the tournament, and it's creeping up on us really quick. We've got 2 regular season games, senior night on Friday night against Tell City, so we get to celebrate those 3 seniors, Charlie, Marcus, and Pierce, and we're really looking forward to that. And and hopefully we can leave the gym with those seniors getting a win. So we're looking forward to the challenge that be, and it should be a fun night.
And this Sunday is the sectional draw. I'm sure all coaches will be on pins and needles waiting to see who they draw. How do you, I know you got one game left after this weekend, but how do you start preparing for sectional?
Well, I think it's more about execution. execution, the special situations that you got to go through, those are the things you got to continue to work on. And everybody has to know exactly what we want, what we're going to do in those types of situations. Obviously over the course of the season, you play all of these games leading up to the tournament, and you hope that, your kids have become prepared, understand what atmosphere it's going to be like in the sectional versus regular season. And we played in some really hostile environments this year. I think it's going to help us, but obviously, I mean, it's both ends of the floor. I mean, it comes down to defensive execution too. And, we're really focused on that, and really looking forward to the sectional draw to see where we're at. And, we're just excited to be a part of this tournament coming up. And, we feel like we've put ourselves in a really good spot here as we do get ready to prepare for the tournament. So, it should be a really fun weekend all the way around, Joe.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend, South City.
Well, I appreciate that, and thanks for having me on once again, Joe.
And you listen to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bushel Communications. We'll see you next week.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and